Well, SportsLine viewers, I was informed this week that this is our 20th episode this season. Wow, 20 episodes of laughs, 20 episodes of Explore Athletics, and 20 episodes of me being your favorite host. Hello, I'm Meghan Cooney.
And I'm Charlie Hugg. Is it a coincidence that our 20th episode falls on National Burrito Day? Probably, there's no correlation. But unfortunately, I will not be celebrating with a post-show burrito because apparently being the host of LaSalle TV's favorite show does not rack in nearly the dough you'd think it would. Thanks, Tanya. You're watching LaSalle TV's home for Explore Athletics, SportsLine.
Welcome to SportsLine. Boy, do we have a 20th episode in store for you.
We've got spring sports, an exclusive interview, and a dancing Aidan Tiksinski.
But first, let's take a look at our SportsLine top 3.
Number 1, LaSalle basketball legends Cheryl Reeve and Paul Westhead will be inducted into the Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame on November 7th. Reeve, a graduate of the class of 1988, was named to the MAC All-Freshman team in her first season, set the single-season assist record, and led the team to its second-ever NCAA tournament in her second season, and was named first-team All-MAC in her senior season while leading the team to yet another NCAA tournament bid. After graduating, she was assistant coach for the Explorers for 2 years before going on to coach more than 20 years in the WNBA, winning 6 championships, including 4 as the head coach of the Minnesota Lynx, and leading them to 12 playoff appearances in 14 years during that span. Paul Westhead coached the LaSalle men's basketball team for 9 years between 1970 and 1979, while also being an English professor at the school. During his tenure, Westhead led the Explorers to 2 NCAA tournaments and 1 NIT tournament, while accumulating 7 winning seasons with an overall record of 142 and 105. Following LaSalle, he would eventually become the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers during their Showtime era, leading Magic Johnson and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to their first NBA championship in 1980. He would end up coaching 6 NBA teams throughout his 40-year career, as well as multiple college and WNBA teams.
Number 2, sophomore Ben Battier has been named the A10 Conference Men's Golfer of the Week following his victory at the Battle of Rum Point this past week. Between the 2-day 36-hole tournament, Battier shot a 2-day total of 167, good for 7 under par, scoring a 69 and 68 on days 1 and 2 respectively. His performance earned him his first collegiate win by more than 6 strokes, and it helped the Explorers to their 3rd team victory in 3 years, finishing at 590, 1 stroke better than the University of Pennsylvania.
And number 3, Benjamin Battier has been named NovaCare Student Athlete of the Week this week. Battier shot a 7 under par 144 in the Battle of Rum Point, earning himself a first-place finish individually and leading the Explorers to a first-place team finish.
All right, pretty long top 3 for us there. But super exciting, these 2 getting inducted into the Philadelphia Sports Hall of Fame. Big news for LaSalle, so that's really great to hear.
A huge impact that I have never heard that came out of LaSalle. I feel like those would be some big names around here. But I mean, thankfully they're getting their respect in the, not just LaSalle, but Philadelphia as a whole. A lot of their success did come professionally in like the WNBA, NBA, which is awesome, but they also did a lot for LaSalle, and so I'm glad they're getting that recognition. Yeah,
like you said, I really had no idea that those big names went here. Definitely deserve the recognition for going here, so yeah, congratulations to them. And then Ben Battier, twice, getting 2 out of the 3 top 3 this week.
Double top 3, very rare, but I mean, he earned it. It was actually one of their 3 wins in program history. He led them there. I mean, they would not have won. They beat Penn by 1 stroke, so without his performance, they would not have gotten that win. So not only did he have a strong individual performance, but, I mean, he really helped his team get the win. So, I mean, that's all you can ask for, right?
Yeah, I mean, an A10 Conference Men's Golfer of the Week, that's just exceptional.
Absolutely.
And that's it for the top 3. Now let's see how our teams did in this week's recaps. Men's rowing took on number 18th ranked Georgetown last Thursday. The teams were supposed to face off the previous weekend, but it got pushed due to the weather on the Potomac. The Explorers varsity 8 boat fell just short of the Georgetown boat by 2.5 seconds. The second varsity 8 boat also fell short by just a mere 2.8 seconds. The varsity 4 boat did race unopposed, but finished nearly a minute faster than their time against Drexel. This, however, was not good enough, and they would ultimately be defeated by Georgetown. Women's rowing kicked off their season against Bucknell last Thursday for a dual meet with the Bison. LaSalle ended the race 4 by 4 minutes with good results, gaining valuable racing experience.
The LaSalle track and field program competed at a pair of meets at NC State and Princeton this weekend. Arthur Cosson and Christine Mancini ran at the Raleigh relays, while the rest of the squad headed up to the Salle Invite at Princeton. Crossan showed a remarkable run, finishing 71st in a field of 198 runners in the 5K, also running a personal best. Mancini showcased her speed and determination, securing the 65th position out of 197 in the 1500-meter dash. Both the men and women competed in the 400-meter dash. Maya Primus finished 9th in a field of 30. Hami Samasa headlined a trio of men in the event and achieving a personal best with a remarkable time of 52 seconds, 0.36 seconds. 4 women ran in the 1,000 meter, with Taylor Bennett demonstrating her relentless pursuit of excellence by setting a new personal best for the second consecutive week. Gavin Zank and Andre Figueroa ran in the 800 meter for the men. Jerica Lafrondo and Lexi Rivard ran in the event for the women, all three showcasing their speed and endurance on the track. In the 1,500 meter dash, Gweno Goods started with a collegiate best 4 minutes 35 seconds and 13 milliseconds, placing her 5th out of 42 runners. Georgia Rose Dawson also PR'd in 14th. Nevi Mulai, Helene Usher, and Amelia Arts also ran in the event and showcased their resilience and determination. Nathan Paolingeli and Stefano Isabella competed on the men's side. The day concluded with a remarkable feat as Tyunga Mimbambo set a new personal best in the 10K event, crossing the finish line with a stellar time of 29 minutes, 45 seconds, and 0.5 milliseconds, earning a well-deserved bronze medal for his outstanding performance.
The men's golf team competed in the Battle of Rum Point this past weekend. The Explorers shot well through 18 holes on day 1 despite the rainy and windy conditions. The Explorers finished the day in second place with a team total of 301, 13 over par, with Ben Battier leading the team with a 4 under par, 72 on the day. He would continue his stellar performance in much better conditions on Saturday. Battier finished the day with a 69, 3 under par, finishing in front of the rest of the field by 6 strokes. Kevin Lydon also had a strong showing for the Explorers with a total of 148 across the 2 days, including a 1 over par 72 on Saturday. Gavin Dosh would earn himself a top 20 finishers as well with his 2-day score of 151. The Explorers ultimately took home their first place honors, marking their 3rd team win in program history and their 3rd in as many years.
The women's golf team competed in the JEL Intercollegiate this past weekend at Prospect Bay Golf Club. Nina Okenkova led the Explorers with her 48th place finish with scores of +12, +14, and +16 between days 1 and 3 respectively. Paige Sermonaro would record the Explorers' lowest score of the weekend, shooting a 9 over par 72 in the 3rd round of the tournament. Overall, the Explorers finished in 11th place on a very challenging course.
On Saturday, women's lacrosse faced off against St. Joe's. The first quarter was dominated by the Hawks. They gained an early lead of 6-0 over the Explorers. By the end of the first, St. Joe's had a sizable 10-0 lead. The Hawks' clear advantage in the draw controls helped them gain this early lead. St. Joe's continued to pile on goals, going 14-0 towards the end of the second. In the last 33 seconds of the second half, senior Claudia Steinmetz scored the first goal for the Explorers. In the third quarter, freshman Katie Liccardi scored 2 goals for the Explorers. The Hawks also fought hard, scoring 2 points on their own. This made a 16-3 game at the end of the third. In the fourth quarter, the Explorers fought hard on defense to shut out St. Joe's for the quarter. Liccardi scored yet another, giving her her first career hat trick. Senior Mackenzie Click and junior Gina D'Angelo also each added a goal. The end score was an upsetting loss of 16-6.
That's all for this week.
Kind of not much this week, but we are in that spring sports season where they have like not as many games. We do a lot of weekend things with track and field, golf, and rowing. So starting off with rowing, kind of an upsetting loss against Georgetown after coming off their high from Drexel. But I know that they definitely are improving their game. They improved their time against their race in Drexel when they varsity 4-boat ran unopposed, so that's at least good for them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's coming against another ranked opponent who we've talked about last show, that they do have a lot of good opponents coming up, but them being ranked themselves, that's kind of the competition that they want to be a part of, and that's how you get better, that's how you grow. And I mean, they lost, but I'm sure they took a lot out of this experience, and I don't think this will end up hurting them. I mean, losses come and wins come. I think this will be better for them in the long run, facing a team like this. Lots to learn from it, and I think it'll be good for them in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, and I know that women's rowing is just kind of starting to get out there, getting their feet wet.
Man, I hope not. I hope they're staying dry.
So good for them. I'm excited to see what they continue to do in this season.
Yeah, again, just a little practice round, getting some experience. It'll be good, and it'll definitely get them ready for the season, which will be nice. Men's golf area, I know we talked plenty about it in the top 3, but again, it's worth mentioning now. A great team performance, earning a first place win does not come from one golfer who won the tournament. His definitely helped and got them there, but a great round all around. Women's golf too, a little rough, but I mean great individual performances, especially on a course like that. Very, very challenging course, so very impressed with how they shot.
Yeah, and when you have like windy and rainy conditions too, obviously that's going to impact your play. Women's lacrosse.
Yeah, you know. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
That was a rough one.
That 16-6 is rough, and I know we say it every week, but it really comes down to the draw controls, and that's just hard.
Yeah, and I mean St. Joe's has a really good draw control. It's same story every week, so we'll see what happens next week.
Yeah. But we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, SportsLine reporter Aidan Tazinski sat down with members of the Explorettes dance team. You won't want to miss it.
Hi, I'm Joanna Van Thine, class of 2007, and you're watching LaSalle 56.
It's LaSalle TV.
Oh, right, of course. All right, I'll do it again. Hi, I'm Joanna Van Thine, class of 2007, and you're watching LaSalle 56. You're watching LaSalle 56. Oh, God. Hi, I'm Joanna Van Thine, class of 2007, and you're watching LaSalle 56. Can't do it. Hi, I'm Joanna Van Thine, class of 2007, and you're watching LaSalle 56. Oh, okay. Hi, I'm Joanna Van Thine, class of 2007, and you're watching LaSalle 56.
It's right behind you.
LaSalle 56.
TV.
LaSalle TV 6. LaSalle 56. And you're watching LaSalle 56. LaSalle 56. And you're watching LaSalle 56.
You're old.
Hey! And you're watching LaSalle TV. I did it. I did it. I'm not old.
I found hope in the midst of an overwhelming situation.
Alcoholism is a disease that can affect any family. Everyone suffers, but there is help and hope at Al-Anon Family Groups.
Al-Anon gave me my life back. I'm a better father and husband.
Are you in an overwhelming situation because of someone else's drinking? Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Local and virtual meetings are available. Maybe one could work for you. Call 1-866-200-0033 or visit alanon.org/hope.
Everyone has a community, a neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use, community members can be your eyes and ears when you're not with your kids and alert you to signs of potential problems.
Welcome back. Aidan sat down with 2 members of the LaSalle dance team and may have even picked up a few moves. Take a look.
Hello everyone, it is I, Aidan Tazinski, back for another SportsLine interview, and I am very fortunate today to be joined by Claire Herquette and Jada Urbaez-Torres from the LaSalle dance team. Guys, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so just to start out, can you tell me how you guys got involved with LaSalle dance team? Most people know for a lot of athletes, like sort of their pathway, but for the dance team, it might be a little bit different, so I'd love to hear your stories.
Yeah, so I started as a freshman here, and basically as I was like entering into LaSalle, we had our auditions like right before Accepted Students Day or like everything like that. So I just assumed like I'm a dancer, I want to be on the dance team in college, so that's what I wanted to do. So I auditioned and got in, and I danced with 2 other freshmen who also got in, so it's cool.
So for me, I actually was on the cheerleading team since my first time on campus. And then obviously on the cheer team, I would see the dance team perform and everything. And that's really what I wanted to do. So I think this year I switched and I auditioned and I got in. And I'm so excited and I'm so happy that I did because I had so much fun this season.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you had to audition for that. What is the biggest difference between the cheer and dance teams here at LaSalle?
Ooh, I think here at LaSalle and in general, they're 2 totally different. Like cheerleading has stunts, which is like, you lift people in the air. You also aren't dancing, it's more like sharp movements. And dance is more like performing. And in high school, like I was on the cheerleading team, I've been cheerleading my whole life, but in high school we would perform a lot. And I guess I kind of expected that here on the cheerleading team. And I still love the sport and everything, so I stayed. But I think that seeing the dance team perform, I was like, I really want that. So I really crave that, and that's what we've been doing, so yeah.
And then Claire, you've just been on the dance team the whole time. What made you decide to do that over cheer?
I really have never done cheerleading before. Like I've done dance team like pom, jazz, and hip hop all throughout high school, and before that, like I've been a competition dancer since I was like 7. So dance was really like the world that I've ever like explored. So that's what I just wanted to continue to do, and I'm happy I am in it.
Yeah, I mean, I always see the stunts as well, and I always get a little bit nervous at certain points, but you guys seem to do a very good job with them, so.
Yes.
And then when it comes to you guys working together, I mean, we see you guys perform a lot at the halftime show. How often do you guys work together, or how often do you guys just do your own thing?
With cheerleading?
Yeah.
Ooh, I think we mostly do our own thing. It's really fun to see them have their moment and us have our moment. We do work together for like this one routine in the second half of the game just to like hype the crowd up. So it's really just one. I really hope that in the future that they merge together a little bit more because it's really nice to see both of the teams together.
And then when it comes to the routines, everyone sees that, but there's a lot of work that goes into it. So how often do you guys take to get one routine down, and how often do you guys practice in general?
I can answer that. So basically, during the season, it's a little, like, during the heat of the season, I mean, like, we usually learn, like, one dance within, like, one practice, so that's, like, 2 hours, and then we'll perform that dance for that weekend of games. So we'll have, like, 2 games per week, so that's the dance that we'll do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Sometimes it gets a lot, but it's so fun. But like we learn maybe even 2 dances a week, I would say. Like we have a lot going on.
We have 2 practices per week, so we might like learn one dance on Monday, and then we come in on Wednesday and like clean it kind of just to like, you know, fix up any loose ends and like any mistakes that we're doing, and then that's when we'll start learning a new dance, like same on that Wednesday. And then we'll perform that first one, you know, during the week for those games, and then keep continuing on for the one that we were learning before.
Yeah.
So it's a lot, basically.
Yeah. A lot of fun though.
Yeah. And then during the off season, how often do you guys practice, or are you sort of just trying to figure out what the plan is for next season?
It's a little bit of both right now, especially with the like Gola being shut down for like the renovations and everything. But we've been trying to get together and like just have fun. Like last night we had the best practice. Like we learned a little contemporary lyrical combo that was pretty cool because we never really do lyrical and like very like flowy moves and all that. So we kind of just do practices as of right now just to, you know, be together as a little team and dance together, which is, you know, what we're all about.
Yeah.
Very cool. So I know that you guys, a little bit of an age gap. So Claire, you're a freshman, Jada, you're a senior. So Jada, being a senior, what's been the coolest experience being part of the cheer and dance teams?
I think I had so much fun all 3 years on cheer team and then this one on dance. The coolest experience, I think my relationships with my coaches and also my teammates, like I've made such great relationships there. And also just having fun. Like I said, I like performing. So I think relationships and performing have been my biggest takeaways from my experiences.
And then Claire, freshman, so not as much experience yet, but definitely some cool experiences so far.
Definitely. Like you said, I love the relationships that I have been able to build within the team, and I feel like I've also learned to love, our humor and how we could just like banter and get together. Like we have so many like inside jokes and like stuff that we just say, like, sauce and like call outs and stuff like that. We're just able to like fool around with each other, but also still have so much fun with the passion of dance that we have.
And it is a little bit different with dance because you guys are performing during the half times of other sporting events. So is it hard for you guys to get taken seriously as a sport on campus, or do you feel like sometimes it's a little bit easier than others?
I would say I think we are not considered a sport, and I don't think that's very fair sometimes. Like I remember women in sports at a game, they left us out of that program.
They did. They made like an Instagram reel and like they just left us out of it, but they put cheer on it, which is cool.
Yeah,
that's nice.
We'll take
they had one of us, so it's cool.
But I also think including us in promotions on Instagram or something would be helpful.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's like we don't exist sometimes, which is kind of exhausting because, we make the games fun and entertaining for fans, and that's why, But I would prefer if we were included a little bit more, but I think we'll get there eventually. They'll get there eventually because I'm graduating.
Yeah, I mean, as we highlighted, you guys clearly put in a lot of work,
Yeah.
so definitely appreciate the recognition,
Yeah.
for sure. And Claire, you're the underclassman, so what is your goals for next season for the team?
Next season for the team, that's a really tough question. I don't know, like you said, like I would love for us to have more recognition within the athletic program. I think that we have so much to, contribute to that, and I would just love to, bring in so many more dancers from not even just the Philly area, but like around the world. Like if you look at like Temple dance team, they have like, 30 some dancers, and we have a much more like inclusive, like intimate team. We have 11 people, which I love the size of I just touched my mic, but I love the size of our team and how like we can just like get together and be so intimate, but it would also be great to, be a large and like very strong like group of girls and possibly boys,
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's all the time we have, so thank you so much for both joining me today. Really appreciated hearing the inside scoop on the cheer and dance team. So we're going to send it back to Meghan and Charlie in the studio.
Alrighty, so not only did Aidan interview the LaSalle dance team, he also might have picked up a few steps, I heard.
I heard the same thing.
Got
There's
a
some
little
rumors.
lesson. So let's critique how Aidan did with his little dance lesson, shall we?
There we
Yeah.
go.
Alrighty.
With your hands like this.
Okay.
And this
Foot
is
up.
in
Okay.
front.
All right.
So it
Yeah.
goes
He's getting it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Natural.
He's got the
Two.
sneakers.
Oh. Watch out.
Yeah.
Okay.
In between.
Okay.
In between. One and
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was born for this.
Yeah.
and then back down.
You know, it's
Right,
hard
okay.
moving in a,
He's
in a
rusty,
shirt and
yeah.
tie. It's not easy. At least he's got the sneakers on.
Okay.
He's finding the
Yeah.
groove.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Your feet are gonna go to the
Okay.
That was a little quick
So
for
it's
him.
sort of
Yeah.
like
that was,
a,
that was a
like
little too much.
We're gonna,
Yeah.
Yup.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. To the okay. Gotcha. So it's all in one
He's
motion.
picking it up. He's got a little
Okay.
shake.
From the top. Let's see what. Does he remember? Can he do it?
one and two.
Nice.
It's yeah.
He's got motion in his hips
There's
too.
no
I
song
can't.
playing either.
Yeah,
you can't find the beat. It's tough. They're
Okay.
Two.
All right.
And then flip your hair.
and the cameras are on.
Wish I
you.
could do that, but
The hip.
So you just did.
yeah.
The lack of hair to flip
I
might
know.
be.
He's Irish.
Four.
It's
Okay.
From here, you're gonna go 5, 6,
Yeah. All right.
7, 8.
there it is.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
got,
You got
that
the pop.
down.
Yeah.
He's got that and the hips down. He also really likes the shake, I've noticed.
We might need a slow-mo replay on some of these.
6, 7, open 8.
I think there it is.
There it is.
Oh, man.
That was a marvelous job, Aidan.
I
Way
think
to
we
go.
found our newest Explorette.
You're right. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we have all of this week's upcoming games, so stay tuned.
Dear University of...
Thank you for your offer.
To become student ID number 283471.
While I appreciate your desire
for my impeccable academic record,
I must decline the opportunity
to get a generic degree.
I've decided to tell my story.
To be a student,
not a statistic.
I wish you good luck in the future
as I embark on mine.
I drive 65,000 miles each year in my bus. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. You don't want to be in the blind spot of a 40,000-pound bus when I have less than a second to react. I do what I can by changing lanes and taking turns slowly. It really helps when people look out for me too. Give me room to operate safely. It's our roads, it's our safety.
Welcome back. We've got another week of LaSalle sports, so here's what you have to look forward to. Track and field will travel to Virginia over the weekend to participate in the E-Banks Invite. They will then hurry back to Philadelphia on Saturday to participate in the Big Five Invitational at UPenn. Water polo has a busy weekend with 3 games being held at Villanova. The Explorers are set to take on Marist and Mount St. Mary's on Saturday and Villanova on Sunday. Finally, lacrosse is set to take on the University of Richmond on Saturday at McCarthy Stadium at 1 p.m.
Men's rowing will travel to the West Coast this weekend to compete in the Pac-12 Invitational. They will take on Oregon State, University of California, and Stanford. Men's golf will take on Drexel next Monday and Tuesday at Green Valley Country Club. And finally, women's golf will travel to Ohio to take on Youngstown State University on Sunday and Monday.
All right, so pretty jam-packed week coming up. The rowing team traveling to the West Coast is super exciting.
Absolutely.
So
excited.
That should be fun for them. And that just about wraps it up for this week. If you can't make it out to see the Explorers play, be sure to tune in next week for our coverage. Keep up with this weekend's other sporting events by visiting goexplorers.com.
Also, check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/LaSalleTV and on Instagram at SportsLineLTV. We welcome you to send us your thoughts and suggestions there.
From our entire SportsLine team, I'm Meghan Cooney.
And I'm Charlie Hugg. Let's check out that dance one more time.